In this video, I'm going to take a tour through the actual technology of the personal assistant, automated personal assistant that we create. Everybody always hears about how incorporating automation into business can make huge leaps forward in terms of productivity and just at a tiny fraction of the cost, you can achieve perfect results every time. We've taken that concept and we've applied it to sales, and we've made it so that through this technology, every single sales person can become so much more effective, will not lose any time, and will be able to close more sales. And I'm going to take you through it now. So I want you to imagine for the moment, what would it be like if each of your agents had their own personal assistant? So let's say you're paying $2,000 or so per month for a full-time assistant for each agent. The advantages would be that less leads would be missed or lost since the assistant would be on top of it and making sure they get to the right ones. The agents would each be more organized and less time wasted looking for who to call. The disadvantages would be that it would be very expensive. Training would be required per assistant. There'd be sick days, they wouldn't work nights or weekends, you'd get complaints, and mistakes would be made because they're human. Let's look at what that would be like if it was all automated assistants. So let's say you have our assistant bot controlling them and an automated assistant for every agent. So the advantages would be that there would be no leads missed or lost since it works perfectly all the time and there's no human error. Each agent is still more organized, and no time is spent wasted looking for who to call because it pushes it to them every day. The disadvantages suddenly all disappear. It's no longer expensive, it's much, much cheaper because you're not paying for human beings to do the jobs for each person. There's no training required. Once we program him what to do, he just does it all the time, perfectly every time. There's no sick days. He works nights and weekends. He doesn't complain, and he doesn't make any mistakes. So, what would it look like with your personal assistant bot? We program him with what to do and when to do it. Then he does it perfectly 24/7 all the time. I want you to imagine if you had somebody doing this for you or different people doing this for you for all your agents 24/7. So imagine John Doe, who's one of your sales agents, adds a contact. This example is shown using HubSpot. It could be Follow Up Boss, Salesforce, basically whatever CRM. So he adds a contact, and then your assistant, his assistant, sets a follow up for him. The assistant bot will be setting this automatically in the background. Then throughout the day, he adds more contacts, or they come in assigned to him, and the assistant sets a follow up for him each time. Every morning, your assistant is going to push all the relevant leads to them for the day to every one of your agents. So 2-day follow up with this person, 2-day here, 3-day follow up, 6-day, 10-day, 12-day, 16-day follow up. And when he opens the email, it's going to show all the relevant details with a phone number to call directly. You can even put a history of everything that has happened with them below, which is even though that's not shown here. And then can click and open their profile directly in the CRM. So it has everything that they need. Let's say you prefer it as a series of calendar events. We can schedule it throughout their day, or the bot can schedule it automatically throughout the day as if it's a personal assistant doing it. So 9:15, 9:25, 9:40, 9:55, and so on, and it will do it perfectly every time. Sync to their calendar. Let's say that they're too busy and they miss it. They're in the middle of a call, they're driving, they're doing a showing. These things happen every day. It reschedules it for them. Just like a human personal assistant, but it doesn't make any mistakes when it's doing it. This one shows you the difference between manual versus automated. Manual is, let's say you're using a CRM right now, and all your agents are even using it perfectly, okay? But they're manually using the CRM. So your salesperson has to go into it and do the work and find who to follow up with. So you can assume that the red ones are the ones that he misses because he's not perfect and he's doing the best he can with the time he has to extract them. And then he follows up with the green ones are the ones that he follows up with. In the automated way, the bot scans through and finds them all assigned to him, collects them, and then pushes them to your salesperson. The system doesn't miss any of them, and he doesn't have to go into it to search for anything. More globally, your bot goes in, searches the CRM, extracts them, organizes them per person, and sends the follow-ups per lead to each sales agent. No mistakes, nothing missed. So here's what the process looks like with the assistant. It's completely lossless, both in terms of time and leads. So your agent puts the lead into the CRM, then the bot is going to set the follow-ups for all of them, so none are missed and no time spent by your agent. I suggest looking back to the video we have that shows what this process is actually like for your agents, even if they're using a CRM, even if they're using the CRM perfectly. So then the bot is going to send the reminders per lead to each agent, personalized for each lead, and he'll be able to see very easily which ones he still has to contact for the day. And then the bot is going to take the ones that he couldn't get to, and he's going to automatically reschedule them. So there's no loss in terms of time or in terms of the actual leads and therefore sales themselves. It's basically a safety net for every agent that as soon as the lead comes in, he doesn't have to worry about anything going wrong anymore. There's no way it can slip through the cracks. He doesn't need to think or worry about using the CRM properly to get a perfect result. Many people hate using CRMs because of the need to maintain and use them properly, and that's no longer a problem here. Now, you might say, here in a previous video, we showed how your agent might be too lazy or too busy or many possible reasons where he doesn't actually enter them into the CRM. And if he doesn't enter them into the CRM, then the assistant bot can't do its thing, right? So the possible reasons are CRM isn't easily mobile accessible, it takes too long to open it in the busyness of the day, it's too out of the way, they find it annoying to fill, or many other reasons potentially. So we have an upgrade feature that transforms text messages into CRM contacts. So how does this work? Your salesperson sends a text to a number that we create for you, phone number, email, their name, and we can even add a note as well. And the personal assistant will read it, it will detect it from him, it will put it into the CRM and create the contact, and then it will take over like normal, adding the lead to the others in terms of the follow-up system. All these reasons no longer exist, and because all they have to do is send a simple text message. They're now able to use the CRM perfectly without actually even using the CRM. Ultimately, what this creates for you is the perfect assistant to drive forward your sales. He receives and organizes all of their information. He works with the CRM for them. He gets what they need and sends it to them, and then manages their calendars and their schedule. Keeps everything in a bubble that is completely lossless and secure. You could picture it kind of like this, where right now there's no global structure. Everyone functions sort of on their own. And your goals in terms of sales are up here, and they're all functioning independently, going on a little bit off track, some doing better than others. With the assistant bot automation system in place, it keeps everyone moving forward and it prevents them from stepping out and getting disorganized. Ultimately, what that means is without it, it's kind of like investing in a car that has a punctured gas tank that's stuck in third gear. You put the money in, but it won't take you as far as you want or as fast as you want to get there. With the personal assistant bot, it's really like having a fleet of self-driving cars. They're all going exactly where you want, staying on course without wasting any fuel. Everyone drives the most efficient path to get you to your goal. And this is the way that it's going to help take your sales to a whole other level. You're going to be in a situation where not a single lead or sale ever falls through the cracks, and all of your sales agents suddenly become superstars because they're always on top of everything. Yeah, some might close more deals, some might close less deals, that's normal. But at least this way, they're as perfected as they can possibly be.